everybody. I'm Jeffrey E. Berger, and welcome to Season 5 of the Holistic Financial Fitness series in collaboration with Mupo TV, part of Mupo Entertainment. My first 4 seasons were dedicated to holistic mental fitness, bringing awareness of alternative solutions outside of our medical system that has been failing us for years, unfortunately. Over the past couple of weeks, people have asked me why I was changing the name from Holistic Mental Fitness to Holistic Financial Fitness. Well, you know what? That's a great question. However, before I answer that question and bring on my very special guest today, Waqas Suhail, to the stage, if I may. You know, as CEO and founder of the Abundance of Optimum Wellness and a certified holistic wellness coach, I am of the belief that we all should be living in abundance and optimum wellness, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. Holistic Mental Fitness, my first 4 seasons were focused on physical, mental, emotional, and sometimes the spiritual aspects. But you know what? Never financial. In 2018, I walked away from traditional Western medicine to help me on a serious healing journey, choosing alternative options that are not provided by today's mainstream medical professionals. I had to go outside of a broken, centralized medical system to travel a holistic route. It was a choice of being put on to a 6th medication or doing something else. I chose do something else. Plants were put here for a reason, and I'm forever grateful. As a result, today I'm off of all of my medications. I went from a centralized system, which is more controlled, to a decentralized system where there is much more flexibility outside of traditional medicine. So guess what? The same applies to our financial systems. Our institutions and the people running them are making more from our hard-earned monies than we are, and it's been designed that way. I was always uncomfortable talking about finances until I was open to getting educated. I have come to learn that this is what people fear. They're not educated about finances because in school, we were never taught about finances. We learned this after graduating. Back in my day, we were taught go to school, get a good education, go find a nice, safe, secure job, and be a robot for the rest of your life. Oh, and everything else will come. So, how's that working? Or for my generation, how has that worked for you today? I don't think I have to answer that question because we know what's going on in the world today. Finances today are huge contributors to stress and anxiety because most don't have enough in their bank accounts, even in the event of an emergency. Also, even if they're working 3 jobs, okay? It's no exaggeration to describe stress, depression, anxiety, and the lack of finances as epidemics, literally the black plague of our modern times. This interview series has been very near and dear to my own heart for the past 52 episodes, sharing stories with others, opening up in conversation from all areas of wellness to help people understand it's okay to talk about mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and today, financial wellness. It's about sharing experiences and becoming informed of alternative options out there that are available to everyone who is looking. We provide real solutions for real people who are serious about wanting to go from barely surviving to thriving again. Season 5, it's time for me to be comfortable with being uncomfortable talking about financial fitness because it's the number one stressor for most people out there today. So that's why the name changed from in Season 5 to Holistic Financial Fitness, educating those who want to learn about going from failing centralized systems to budding decentralized systems that are starting to change the future of world finance. If you have any questions about this show, please feel free to email me or go to my website, as the information will be in the banner below in a few minutes. But before I formally introduce my special guest today, we're going to take a quick commercial break because you know what? this TV series is, sponsored by Mupo TV, Mupo Entertainment. And for those that are interested, you can also download the app on your phone. It's on Android and it's also on the iPhone. And you can download it from your Google Store. We're also seen in 144 countries, including Fire TV, Vimeo, Roku, and we have Netflix looking at this series. So we will be right back with Waqas Suhail. And we are back with Mr. Waqas Suhail. Waqas is from Karachi, Pakistan, but he lives between Dubai and Istanbul, Turkey. He's a co-founder of ILM Versity, co-founder of Alive Training, and today the founder, director, CEO at The Art of One, which stands for We Are the One. And Waqas Suhail he's a globally acknowledged person with 24 years of extensive experience of the direct selling industry. He has worked and operated as vice president level in sales organizations and operations, creating and managing new markets as diverse as Pakistan, Bangladesh, China, Russia, Turkey, as well as the Middle East. And just a few more things about Waqas. His smile is contagious, and he has so much energy, and he's built the kind of life where he can travel and have a good time. And I could go on with so many more accolades. Welcome, Waqas Suhail, to Holistic Financial Fitness.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jeff. It's really a pleasure to be with you, and thank you for having me on this show. And I'm really feeling much privileged indeed that you are starting your season with my interview. So thank you very much for having me on the show.
No, thank you. I know you're a busy man, and I do appreciate so much you taking the time to do this interview, because I know you're going to provide a lot of great value to our viewers out there. But before I dive into the today's questions, please share a little bit about who Waqas Suhail is outside of your incredible business.
Thank you very much, Jeff. It's pretty much you already said it, actually. When people actually, when they know me from the business aspect, they think I'm some kind of a robot who wake up and work like round the clock. But as I'm very inspired by the way when initially I found out that how you started your journey with this show and all that, and your core focus was emotional, and your physical fitness and your spiritual fitness. By the way, Jeff, I want to add something over here that that financial fitness cannot be possible if you do not have your emotional, spiritual, and physical fitness. It is directly proportional.
Absolutely.
So if you talk about me, so I'm very simple, and I'm very straightforward as well all the time. And people who knows me, I'm very easy to go, easy to talk with, and enjoy the simple pleasures. Like one of the best thing I enjoy is just sitting on my terrace, enjoying the sunset, and sometimes same on my camping trips. So this is who I am actually.
Very good. Very good. Well, thank you for sharing that. So let's dive in here. In 2007, there was an R&D concept that started. By 2019, VR1 was incorporated by you and Mr. Mahfouz El-Hayi. I'm hoping I pronounced that correctly. The vision was to create a unique selling point opportunity, combining the power of three giant industries: real estate, information technology, and direct selling, which provides the partners and members an opportunity for financial growth and to empower them to contribute to the betterment of humanity. So first out of that is, what prompted you to create The Art of One?
Uh, you know, I was listening to your intro actually, so that's the same experience which I've gone through, and I've seen a lot of my friends and family who has gone through with the same kind of experience, that after working off 20 years, 18 years, 15 years, and end of the day when they end up with nothing.
Right.
So that basically thing was always stuck in my mind, that whenever you are doing something, there should be a system which creating an assets for you. Whereas when you end up somewhere, you must have ended up with some assets. So that's what the core idea when we started all that. And as I told you that in 2007, actually, I tried it first time with the frictional ownership idea. But at that time, the technology was not that good. And meanwhile, this R&D keep going. I was meeting with the financial consultants and all that. And seriously, I start working on that part when I was like hardcore. No, now I have to do it. It's 2017 actually, 2017, 18. And finally, I start meeting with the people over here in Dubai and DIFC, and in Singapore. But the challenge with me was to take the idea to globe.
Right.
Like I don't want the idea to be within the boundary. Like if I want to go with the vehicle, so I don't want it to be within UAE or within Singapore or within Canada. I want it to be global. So I'm glad that I met a friend in Abu Dhabi, and he basically mentioned me that something is coming up. We are working on it, and you guys should not stop yourself. Keep it up, and I tell you, by the time you will be somewhere, you will be on the top of the wave. So, which actually, sometimes it's happened that I must say, the ingredients of success is one of the most important ingredient, I must say, is you must keep going. Don't stop.
Right.
Never give up.
Never
So
give
if you
up.
keep moving to it, so somebody will come up and give you something as a gift, which will take you to the next level. So that's what happened when in 2019, I met accidentally Mahfouz. After maybe I knew him like over 20 years. By
Oh,
the way,
wow.
the funniest fact of our company is all the directors who are working together, we know each other almost like 20 years. And 20
That's
years,
awesome.
minimum 20 years. So
That's awesome.
that's something, tell you the character of these people. Now,
Exactly.
in 20 years, when you were young and you started something and you've gone through your up and downs, thick and thins, and after 20 years, you still decided to work together, it shows that what kind of a strong characters they carry with them. So I'm really glad to meet all of them. And then we decided to launch the idea of We Are the One. And the core focus was to take people where they want to be, to
Right.
to empower people so they will be able to live their dream, whatever the dream
Awesome.
is, however they want to live,
Sure.
they will able to live that. So this
Sure.
is something we took it to the next level. And as you see, the platform we try to create with the giants industry of the world.
Exactly.
And that was number one was real estate, and number two was information
Is
technology, right?
technology.
And the third is one of the most powerful, I must say, when it's come to marketing, is the direct selling, because
Well,
that will take, yeah, you see,
you're
that will
you're
take you to the
you're,
next
you're
level.
leading me into the next question is, the second part of this is the real estate, information technology, and direct sales formula. And you've been involved with direct sales for many, many years. So why real estate, combining this information technology and direct sales? What was the precedence to get that
Beautiful
going?
question. Beautiful question. Uh, First, I will tell you, like, I've been into direct selling on and off for like over 24 years back in Pakistan, because I'm the first one who introduced this industry over there. And I've seen a lot of thick and thins over there as well. People know me over there as a father of, industry and network marketing and direct selling industry. But over those times, as I told you, when more I get into it, more I got an experience, more I talk with people, because of my business and because of my traveling, I've been able to, because of one of my, passion is public speaking as well. So I've been to different parts of the world and got a chance to speak with a lot of people. So where I end up, that, something solid need to be there for people. And if you look at, in the categories of the businesses, real estate is one of the ancient business which has been there for ages.
Exactly.
I tell you something very industry when I'll talk about. I think you know pyramids.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Pyramids of Egypt. It is a real estate, by the way. It's still making money for the country and their people.
Wow.
This is something, when you get into this business, this is a long term.
Sure.
But again, with this business, when you want to combine with the technology, whereas we'll be able to create a real tech industry within this business. And now, as you can see, a lot of people are following the footstep of ours, and which we are glad that, which proves that what we have started back in 2019, and people thought we are crazy and it will be impossible to pull off this. But yes, I'm glad that people are following us and they're following the footsteps. So the idea was that real estate is one of the most solid category when it comes to the business models. So why not pick up real estate? Although, because with the real estate, there is only one challenge. The cycle is long. So you must have a long-term vision in order to make this business successful.
Exactly.
So when in the digital world, where a lot of companies were coming and going, and a lot of up and downs were happening, marketing is going high and the crashing, and all those things were happening. What I thought that the most important thing which is needed is a long-term vision. Somebody must come up with some long-term vision, with something very solid, which nobody can deny.
Right.
So, Jeff, real estate is something that nobody can deny. It is there.
Exactly.
You can touch, you can feel, So this is something very
tangible. Yes, very, very tangible. So since this show is about holistic financial fitness, and for those that don't know, the world of finance is really changing, and it's going digital, more digital. And, there are top investments that are in the crypto world. So share how the Art of One decided to enter this digital world and capitalize on this whole new platform that is really changing the face of the world when it comes to finances.
Pretty right. And I'll tell you something. When we were getting into this business, we were starting and we were talking about it. The digital arena was opening up, right? Today, I will tell you, and digital, when we talk about digital, we are not talking about cryptocurrency, because I tell you, Jeff, that a lot of people think when you talk digital, you're talking about blockchain, you're talking about, Bitcoin or Ethereum or something. No. When you talk about the digital part of the world, digital world is not just a cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is just one very tiny part of that, in that world, actually. I tell you, when in 3-4 years back, I was talking to one of my friend who is a president of a bank over here, and we were talking, and I was telling him that whatever you guys are doing right now is going to be obsolete in upcoming few years, and you will see that a whole new economy will gonna be built when it comes to the digital part of the world. And now, if you can see it, it is already there. If you give an example of just Binance or something like that, who has millions of people with them and growing every day and using those products and services. So the whole phenomena is changing. Whereas if you talk about the metaverse, right, NFTs, tokenization, blockchain ledgers, everything is going towards there. And by the way, I tell you, the governments are moving there.
I know.
Today, when we are recording this, I am in Dubai at the moment, and I tell you something very interesting that Dubai, they are planning to move their records to the blockchain
Right.
because one of the most secure place to record anything, right? So this
Exactly.
is something, and same way, right now, three countries of the world who already announced them as the digital countries. They announced their national currency as a digital currencies. There is a country in Europe who already start populating their digital population, right? They are giving a digital citizenship. If you want to do a
Correct.
business in their country, you need to be a
Exactly.
digital citizen. So, the whole world is moving. And because I was watching that move, I get into digital arena back in 2016, 2015, when everything was very, blurry. You can't tell what is going on. Is it right? Is it wrong? What's
Correct.
going to be a future? But because my background is system analyst and designer, so I was like, keep analyzing this stuff. And I get into it. And then when we were in 2019, I thought, no, we need to establish something which has its own ecosystem, and that ecosystem must have a proper products which are usable for the public, right?
Exactly.
For the
Right.
mainstream, or whoever. If you are a housewife or you're a businessman, you are doing a job, or you are a student, we have something for you. So that kind of arena I wanted to build, and I'm glad that we are somewhere there now today.
No, that's great. And there's a lot of information out there about the digital world, and a lot of good information, but also a lot of bad information. So you have to really do your due diligence. And I'm excited about the path that the Art of One is taking. So, entrepreneurs here in different forms, all you need to know is who your partner in success is, which enables you for a smart lifestyle to own and live your dreams in reality. So today I'm finding more and more know that working a job, which means just over broke, doesn't get them their dreams, and they're out there looking for more opportunities. And Viarta One's vision is to empower people globally to build their own lifestyle and live the ultimate dreams, as you had mentioned earlier. So share a little bit about the core values of own, share, and grow.
Yeah, uh, that's something very near to our heart, actually. When we were organizing this company and we were forming with all five directors, we finally met and we decided, okay, fine, we need to start a journey. So the idea was, when you talk about own, share, and grow, that this is, we think it's the life cycle of any successful person. It should be the life cycle. And own, it's not about ownership of a house or a palace or something. Ownership is whatever you own. It could be your intellect, right? Your knowledge, your idea, all right? Your
Your brand.
experiences, your brand, whatever you think you are good at, that's, you own it, actually. All right, that's your ownership. Whatever you have, you should share it with the world. Don't keep it to you. Don't, oh, it's mine, I don't want to show it. No.
Yeah.
Now the time is when you are sharing stuff with the world. More you share, more you grow. So that's the main philosophy, that whatever experience you get, whatever you learn with us, even if you talk about the community we carry now, and our footsteps are now over 140 countries. And it's just because of this, ideology. Within no time, if your organization, your community's footsteps are in 140 countries, it means that there is something different, something new, something amazing. And I believe, as a CEO and as a co-founder of this company, that this is the ideology of this organization,
Right.
or this community, that we believe in sharing. We believe that whatever you share, you grow. So the idea is, when you are sharing your experience, you try to teach people that whatever I have, I want to teach you. The way I grew, I want you to grow. So, automatically everybody start growing and you
Exactly.
learn out of it. So I think this is the core fundamental for anyone. If you wants to grow in life, whatever you will learn, you should share with people in order to make sure that they will grow. And the interesting part, when you will do an effort, so they grow, so somebody will grow, you will grow automatically. You will be on the
Absolutely.
next level.
And it's really about finding your purpose and embracing that purpose, and then again sharing it, because as you share you will grow. So I love the core values: own, share, grow, and the thoughts behind that. So lastly, in this section here, we talk about the continued vision to empower members to continue to to the betterment of humanity. Can you share, expand a little bit on the betterment of humanity?
Yeah, why not? Jeff, this is something very close to my heart. And honestly, throughout my career of 25, 24 years, this is something I always focus upon. If you go through the values of our community or company or organization, one of the values are, integrity, look forward. There are the two major parts of our part of our the value of which we want to be everywhere. You can see it everywhere in our
Right.
organization. Whether you pick up the Meta one, whether you pick up, we read or any other part of even our real estate. If you look at, we are pretty diverse, right? From one continent to another continent, and now we are going towards the hotel and the resorts and all this. So this is something we believe in. When you talk about the betterment of humanity, Jeff, that humanity need us. People like you,
Exactly.
people like me, and even somebody who's listening today who do not feel that he's financially very grown or something. But the idea behind We Are the One is that we will create opportunities for the people. Because Jeff, once, because I'm from a very humble background, I started with nothing, absolutely nothing. A
Yeah.
boy from Karachi who has nothing, and you get into a job and the business, and do like 20 different things in order to grow. And today, wherever I am, I felt one thing, because I see a lot of things around me. It's very important that you are, first of all, you need to be financial free. You must have
Correct.
that financial freedom. Because Jeff, when you are out of your kitchen, when you're out of your, when you stop looking at the right side of the menu, when you stop looking at the tags, reading the tags of the shirt you want to buy, when you're out of that, then Jeff, you feel the responsibility. Then now you are free from that. Now you
Right.
have to do something for the humanity. As you can see that We Are the One get into Africa. We supported 2 schools over there for girls, and we give them a free education material. Same we have done back in Pakistan, where we organized a complete golf tournament where the president of Pakistan came, and we raised funds for special children. This is something which is very near to my heart, right?
Yes.
Because
We're
when you are doing something like that, it means you are contributing towards society. When
exactly.
you have a financial freedom, first what you will do, you will be able to help your neighbor. Then you will be
Mhm.
able to help your relatives. Then you will try to help your society. Then you will try to do something for your city. Then you will try
Right.
to feel that you are able to do something for your country. And then definitely the whole mankind is for you, waiting for
Yeah.
you. I
Yeah.
mean, we need, and I love the part when you start just over broke, get out of that rat race,
Yeah.
because it's it's
It,
it's
it
what I believe in.
it's it's
You do not born. I'm sorry, you are not born to pay bills.
exactly.
You
Exactly.
are
And
not
you know what?
born in this world to pay bills, huh?
As I said earlier, we're in a world of broken systems, and the systems are not working for the majority. And with financial
Yeah,
freedom, it brings you more options to be able to pursue some of your passions, because a lot of people have passions, and unfortunately, not unfortunate that they have passions. The unfortunate aspect of that is it takes money to facilitate, to provide, to be philanthropical. And this is where financial freedom does come in and allows you those opportunities. And so this is something that I've always wanted to do, but I couldn't do because I was a software engineer for 25 years and I was working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. And I was slave labor to that just over broke syndrome, you know. But you mentioned a fractional ownership earlier, and I've owned several homes in my life. And when I was introduced to fractional ownership, I was really excited to hear about the benefits that are associated with it. And this certainly is one way to boost your passive income and break into the real estate investing arena here. And I'm ecstatic by what VR2One has, to offer for those who are interested in this type of an investment, and especially an opportunity for those who are not in a current position to purchase a home, because most people can't purchase a home. But if they've got a small chunk of money that they can invest into a real estate property and get some residuals back on that, or some return back on that, this has been an eye-opener for me, because I never heard about this years ago. It's like buy a house or rent, or be a roommate to somebody. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a short 2-minute commercial break to provide our audience a little bit more insight to some incredible global opportunity. And with that, we're going to be right back.
We are the one. An energetic amalgamation of real estate and technology, making resounding waves with its global presence in the world of real tech, incorporating the best practices of crowdfunding. We are the one advocates communal growth by harnessing the power of continual learning. Our vision is to empowering people globally to build their own lifestyle and live the ultimate dreams. We are the one carries the mission to combine the power of 3 giant industries: real estate, information technology, and direct selling, to provide our partners and customers an opportunity for financial growth and to empower them to contribute for the betterment of humanity. The unparalleled products and services We Are the One provides are as follows: global real estate investment opportunities, fractional ownership, real estate-based STO, We REIT, rental property ownership, NFT property trading, blockchain property exchange, exclusive property development, blockchain marketplace, communal skill development, travel and tour. It's time to have a look at our portfolio. V1 Beach View, Mozambique. Property in London. JVT Dubai. Property in Damak Paramount Hotel Dubai. And the jewel on the top, the One Hotel and Resorts, Zanzibar. We are the one. Maps are not the limitations. We are the one. The only platform that truly enables you to own, share, and grow.
All right. I love that video. It is longer and I cut it down, but it really is powerful. So we are back. Waqas, can you share with our viewers what VR2One has to offer for those interested in a project or 2 or even more?
All right. First of all, Jeff, you need to understand that why frictional ownership, right? Because as you said, when the word comes real estate in front of you or in your mind, the first thing you think of, oh my God, I need maybe a 400K or maybe a $500,000 or $1 million to own an apartment, or forget about a villa in $1 million nowadays. But you talk about a decent size of apartment, you need $500,000 or $1 million to do that.
Correct.
So whenever you think of real estate and try to reap the benefits of real estate, you have to look at that kind of investment portfolio with you. And everybody do not have, although each and every one have a dream to have something with him.
Correct.
But the challenge is that with the rat race today, by that time you will be able to save some amount to give a down payment. Even that amount goes to the next level, whereas you have to figure out another 5 years of rat race to be in the rat race. So when we were thinking, and and throughout my life, I was on the focus that frictional ownership is something where a normal man, a normal person, a normal human being can own a piece of real estate and reap the benefits of it, like getting the rentals, the capital gain, the property gain,
Right.
all these benefits he can reap out of it, along with the minimization of the risk factor, right? Like if you have a $500,000 property somewhere in the world and something, out of the blue happen and the price goes down, or that rock slide something happen. So what you have to do, you can do nothing.
Right.
You have lost whatever you have, it's gone. Now you have to wait another 5 to 10 years in order to, the price will come back, and then you will be able to go reach where you were 5 years back. But the frictional ownership that give you the diversification with your asset management, where you can have, a little piece in Mozambique, where little piece in Dubai, where you have little piece in London, where you have a little piece, in Zanzibar, or wherever we have a product. So this will, cut down your risk factor, and you will be able to enjoy the benefits of all these markets. So this is something very amazing which comes with the frictional ownership. And now with the digital world, as you can see with our portfolio, that we have so many solutions for people.
That's
where
right.
They can use the digital part of the world in order to own these products, own those real estates. And along with that, the smart contracts come in place, which gives you and tell you that what belongs to you, where it belongs to you, and whatever the details are there. And along with that, we have different products which people can come on our portfolio or website or contact somebody in order to understand where it's going. But this is the thing. I'm telling you, this decade is all about frictional ownership. You will see everywhere in the world that people are moving their properties into blockchain. I'm not talking about the typical crypto. I'm talking about the blockchain.
Exactly.
The move
Right.
is going to be so massive that very soon you will see trillions of dollars of real estate moving on digital world. So this is the future which we are bringing in.
Yeah, blockchain is here to stay. And, we talked a little bit before we went live with the real estate is here to stay and has historically delivered competitive advantages based on, on high, steady, long-term benefits. And the competitive market performance, transparency, and inflation protection make it more lucrative and easy to comprehend. So if the art of one is making it simpler for members to learn and get engaged with this industry. So share a little bit about how so.
If you look at, you mentioned something very, very important. If you look at the historical data, when we talk about real estate industry, the historical data will show you the constant growth. Even in pandemic, after pandemic, if you look at the boom back, I call it boom back, because the real estate, one of the industries which are booming after that.
Yeah.
And it's a constant growth, above 5% growth in the real estate everywhere. Wherever you pick it up, you will find a growth in the real estate. So this is one of the best categories to invest in order to be lucrative, in order to grow, and in order to be, you call it, a safe investment. So real estate is always treated as a safest investment ever. So yeah, you're very right, and I totally second you that if you look at the growth patterns in any industry, real estate is top of the line, and especially after the pandemic,
Exactly.
the move
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Like we have a properties, even when we took the land in Mozambique, it's a significant growth in that land. If today even we don't do anything, we just sell the land, we made a significant amount of profits over there, the company. So this is something very amazing, the move. And because when we were signing the contract in Mozambique, it was in the pandemic, and people think we something is wrong with us.
Right.
Why you are going on a seafront property in Maputo? What's wrong with you guys? But yes, because that location was so amazing or so strategic, and it's giving you returns over here. Same as with other properties where we are. So the numbers says himself actually. Yeah.
And that's very true. And I'm gonna just plant a seed here, because I am very, very pleased and about the 5 projects that we're already involved with, and the future of what is coming in regards to the expansion of VR2One. And I encourage people to to take a look at what VR2One has to offer, because I've never seen anything like this before. And for those that are interested, I think it's a really good opportunity to get information. Just get information first. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, great. But you don't know until you get educated, get informed. I said earlier about finances. I wasn't educated enough to really understand the ins and outs of it. So that's what I'm doing for the last year and a half to 2 years. I've been getting more educated, and now I'm comfortable starting to talk about it, because I was not before. But I want to share this here, because we've got we talked about the different properties, and for those that are watching, you can pause the video and look at the bullet points. I'm not going to go through the bullet points and talk about the the assets of each of these properties, but I'm excited. I'm going to Dubai in 3 weeks, so I can't wait to, take an Uber or something and just go look at this property, in Dubai. And this is the JT. That was the JT project, and this is the VR2One property of the Paramount Dubai. And then we've got the V1 Beach View, and these are
that's what I was talking about.
Right, and then we've got Mozambique. Is this Mozambique?
Yeah, it's Mozambique.
Mozambique. This is
our first project in Africa when we announced.
Yes, exactly. So, but there are some really incredible, properties that are being obtained, as well as being able to participate in the fractional ownership perspective. So, with that, VR2One is, it's stationed at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, the Middle East, which provides easy access to many of the world's fastest emerging markets. And, VR2One has a brilliant plan with strategic locations. Where do you see VR2One expanding to in the next 5 to 10 years?
Very good question indeed. The growth pattern which we are following, we'll see ourselves in a real tech as a market leader for sure, because this is something we believe in. Along with that, the ecosystem we are creating with the in the blockchain and the digital world, we feel that we will have our significant place in the digital world. Whereas definitely we will be the market leader when it comes to the real tech industry. Yeah, for sure. And you are coming to Dubai. I hope you will witness. We just announced our hotel and resort in Zanzibar. So the first hotel and resort has been launched. Actually, we did it in Malaysia. We introduced the idea, and now we are properly launching it in Dubai. By the time viewers will watching this video, it will be already launched, I believe. And yes, this is the first resort which is 100% owned by We Are The One. and around, it has 2 phases, whereas the total resort is around 100,000 square meter. You know,
Wow.
uh,
Wow.
so
That's amazing. That's
this is
incredible.
something we achieved, and definitely with this, many more to come.
Absolutely. So Viarta One promotes entrepreneurship. It has really been proven to be one of the best and most cost-effective ways to market yourself and propel, to, heightened levels. And with little or no knowledge by joining Viarta One, it's a great way to not only develop a great real estate knowledge and learning edge, but also be part of the unique community that you talked about, this ecosystem, to help yourself grow faster and help others as well. So Waqas, can you share a little bit more about the amazing community? And the ecosystem is really a new term, relatively new term over the last couple of years that is being used more and more, because I think it's a new era type of thing, and I'm seeing that it offers a lot more than what we already have today in traditional world. So share a little bit about that community and joining this revolution of fractional ownership, allowing individuals to own properties around the world.
Yeah, but something is amazing with this community. Actually, as I told you before, Jeff, I shared that the philosophy of owning and sharing and to grow with everyone. I think that's one of the most amazing factor in our community. And if you tell me, if you ask that one major factor, I believe this is the one major factor because this community is sharing his experience with the rest of the world and ready to share, because this is our belief. And that makes us more successful. And the people who are joining, let's suppose tomorrow a new fresh grad join this organization and come into the community, and he knows nothing about sales or marketing or digital world or how to propel or how to be an entrepreneur. So this all information, our community is ready to help him. Somebody from Jakarta is ready to tell him that, how to, because somebody with us, he's already been CEO for 18 years for one of the top, stores in Indonesia. He is ready to share his experience with you, that how to run a show like this. When a fresh grad, if he joined this community, right, with whatever he has, he can join with this community. And once he enter, and he knows nothing about the sales, marketing, how to manage the business, how to manage portfolios, what real estate. I tell you, somebody in Jakarta who is a CEO for last 18 years, he's ready to tell him how to run the show. Somebody in USA who knows how to run the real estate business, he can tell you how to do a real estate investments, what portfolio he should select and what not. Somebody in Oman who's been into sales guru, he is available for you to teach you how to create sales in your organization, right? So this is the pretty much diversified community which is ready to share his experiences with the rest of the world. So yes, definitely this is the best place and the right place with the right people at the right time to be if you want to be somewhere.
Awesome. That's great. And, not only with the executive staff, but I'm going to put in a plug for Tahir Hussein. I'm going to, not only with your executive staff that is there to assist, but I'm going to put in a plug for Tahir Hussein, who has been a tremendous help, and
yeah, of course.
a wealth of knowledge.
Tahir, if I talk about Tahir, I know him when he was a fresh grad from US. And
oh wow!
Yeah, exactly. And I met him in Dubai, and he was the one who was doing an MOC and calling me on stage for a session. So I know Tahir at that time, and from that Tahir to be a millionaire Tahir, right?
Yes.
And to be owning an unstoppable brand, So this is the phenomenal thing which you see. And these kind of people are with us. who
Exactly.
have seen and growth from day one to where they are today to be a global brand. So these are people who are connected with We Are the One today. So
Awesome.
and we have many more.
Yes, I can't wait to meet them in a couple of weeks, especially to hear you and your staff. We're kind of coming up on the top of the hour here. My last question to you is, if there was one piece of advice that you could give anybody that's watching who is looking for that glimmer of hope, whether it's from a personal or a professional perspective, what would that be?
You know, there's so many things, but one thing which I believe, Jeff, I told you, I started with nothing and from nowhere to somewhere. What I believe, you cannot be defeated until you accept your defeat. So, never accept the defeat. There is no room of failure in your life. There is no failures in your life. Whatever comes up either is an experience, and it is an experience. That's it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, my advice to anybody who is trying to do something or want to be something, or he is in the journey. So, my advice, a simple advice, you cannot be defeated until you accept it. So, never accept.
Per-
It's just an
yeah.
experience.
Perfectly said. I mean, we learn from our mistakes by falling and getting back up and continuing to move forward, not backwards. But we also learn by getting out of our comfort zone.
Perfect.
And
Very
this is
true,
where
indeed.
growth really starts, is getting out of your
Starts.
comfort zone. Don't stay in that little round little circle, and not be afraid to step out. Be afraid to step out, because that's where growth really happens. And once you realize that, the world is your oyster. You can do anything. So, with that, I cannot thank you enough for taking the time to be my very special guest today, opening up season 5 of Holistic Financial Fitness. You've brought so much value, and you're already changing the world in so many ways. And I'm excited to be on this journey with so many incredible people who are invested into VR1, who are passionate about sharing the vision and what VR1 has to offer for those that are looking. So again, if anybody is watching, if you're interested in getting more information, about the fractional ownership aspect of this, please feel free to reach out to me. My website and my email address is down below, and I'll get you connected with Waqas. And again, the website is jeffreyeberger.biz, and my email is jeffrey@jeffreyeberger.biz. And remember this, I believe we all should be living on abundance and optimum wellness, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. Lastly, holistic financial fitness is a new path to wealth, and I'll see you on the inside next time. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Waqas.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
thought I was playing?